Hello. So I just did a video on emotional healing, and then as soon as I finished that one, I was like, I don't know why it didn't click when I was doing the video, but Kunzite. So I think I posted this, not sure, but I picked up quite a bit of this in Tucson. So Kunzite. First of all, let's see if I can get this up close. So it's a very like faint purple and kind of like looks like if tourmaline were like purple sort of. But yeah, it's solid. It's not like crumbly or anything. Just type it in on Google. Kunzite. So I have quite a few pieces of this, and they're all this really pretty, like lavender, purpley color. So, emotional healing. So, when I went to Arizona, when I saw this crystal, I mean, I had heard of it before and I had seen it before, but I never had a real attachment to it. But on the trip, when I saw it, I was I was like enamored by it. I had to buy it. I saw it and I was just like, I picked out all the best pieces, and it wasn't like it was on my list. And this is expensive. This is an expensive mineral. So when when I saw it, I mean, I didn't plan on getting it, but I just was so drawn to it. And now that I've taken the time to read about it and learn about it, I understand why I was drawn to it. And that's because kunzite is like rose quartz, um, like on crack, basically. So rose quartz, not to say rose quartz isn't good or anything like that, but rose quartz is very commonly known as the stone of like unconditional love and, peace and self-love and, just joy, bliss, all of these things. And Kunzite is really that just amplified to, I feel like this transcends self. And by that, I mean, with rose quartz, for me, it's very much like a self love thing. It's a reminder to love myself when I'm feeling low and I feel like I need to love myself more so I can love others more. Kunzite is more like recognizing it's beyond recognizing yourself and doing what I'm doing right now, wanting to project to others and share with others so that they can love themselves and grow through their traumas, and basically wanting the best for the collective. So Kunzite, I feel, is a way more elevated, more kind of spiritual just experience, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a minute to share with you some words about Kunzite from some prominent folks in the crystal community, and I will credit them appropriately and tell you the books and stuff that I got it from. So let's just talk about this for a moment, because I do have a few pieces that I'm going to post for sale, and before I post them, I just want you guys to, know what to expect and know what you would use it for. So this is from Robert Simmons and Naisha Assign. I hope I said that right. Probably not. So sorry. With contributions by Hazel Raven, The Book of Stones, Who They Are and What They Teach. So this is on Amazon. Robert Simmons, I've read some of his other work, and I hope at some point I can meet him. I was kind of hoping subconsciously, I guess, that I would run into him in Arizona, and who knows, maybe I did. I'm not really sure what he looks like, honestly, and I just think he has really good, really comprehensive works on crystals and their personalities, and I think he's great. So I'm going to just read some words that from this book on Kunzite. Okay, so it says, consciously receive divine love. Meditating with Kunzite can facilitate profound experiences of universal love. Stress relief can awaken the heart and encourage it to communicate more intimately with the mind. If one is willing to listen and follow the quiet urgings of the heart, one's life and world will benefit greatly. It talks about joy is the ability to open your heart and truly receive the love of the divine, and resistance to it is the basis for every disease, imbalance, or problem known to humanity. If one can simply open to receive divine love consciously and fully, complete healing on all levels can be realized. Kunzite's energy gently helps one release the blocks one has set around the heart and allows it to once again move into a state of complete and joyful receptivity. It says it's a powerful healer of the emotional body. And the affirmation they have here is, I'm open to receive divine love and I listen to its silent voice in my heart. So yeah, very powerful, and I found it even more interesting because when I did yoga this morning, I took every single piece. I have about 7 or 8 here, and I laid them kind of in a grid on the yoga mat and did my yoga and meditation with them. And when I did my cards this morning, the card that I got was emotional healing. So, I just found it interesting that not interesting. I mean, this is how it works. You're drawn to whatever it is that you need. And this morning I was drawn to use these. And that was before I read this thoroughly. I kind of knew that it was a stone of like kind of universal love, but not to this extent. So I'm just going to read a bit more. So also I have here, Love is in the Earth, a kaleidoscope of crystals. This is the updated version. This is by Melody. So this I think you can also get on Amazon. In here she has produce loving thoughts and loving communication, feeling of a powerful peace, connects one to the infinite source of love, providing for purification on all levels, acknowledgement and external expression of self-love and unconditional love, removes obstacles from one's path, dissolves negativity, shield from unwanted energies, remain calm, maintain the openness of a child, eliminate energy blockages which encourage the onset of dysfunctions within the body. So, whoa, this is very powerful. And I think the reason that I was drawn to this in Arizona was because, like I mentioned in the previous video, there were a few challenges on that trip that I will not get too into detail about, but there were definitely a few circumstances that kind of just put me out of my comfort zone. So, it makes sense that I was so drawn to this because this has such a just loving energy to it. And when I say that, I don't mean that you need to do anything special with it. Just having it and just kind of meditating with it and kind of putting it here over your heart, that's enough. It will do all of the work. Just when you're doing that, just maintain kind of the perspective of being receptive. So how do I put it? Kind of just, you can even think in your head, like, I'm open to receiving the loving vibration of this crystal and, may it work in my highest good and the highest good of those around me or something to that extent, So I'm thinking I'll probably write a whole blog on maybe like affirmations for Kunzite and, ways to use this, but looks like I have about 7 or 8 chunks here, and I am going to take some better pictures when it's not so gloomy. This is Bay Area, Bay Area's finest weather right now, winter weather. When I can get some sun, I'll get some good photos of these with prices, but just kind of, do some research and just be mindful. It is a more expensive, lost our light. It is a more expensive mineral. I'm not going to charge an arm and a leg for them, but just be mindful. You're getting a high vibration healing crystal here. I actually got a piece I'm going to keep for myself, and I got a piece that I'm going to get wire wrapped into a pendant. So, yeah, I'm really digging this right now. I just think the theme right now for me is emotional healing, growth, transcending old patterns and blocks. Like, we keep hitting these same walls in our lives and finally moving past those obstacles. I feel like this is an amazing companion for that type of journey if you're on it right now. So, yeah, if you're interested in these, comment or send us a message on Twitter or Instagram at Good Juju Box, and I'll put all of the information in the description and whatnot. But yeah, Kunzite, this is where it's at. Rose quartz isn't enough for us right now. We need something more powerful. And I just looked at the numbers as I'm recording, got 111122. Yeah, I'm going to close out there. I wish I could have stopped it right at that point. Okay, bye guys. Love and light.